And this week's Ramble Rouser will be. Let's mix them up a little more. Whatever this is. Oh, we've had a couple fun ones the last couple ones, so I guess we could do a more serious one now. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, throughout all of human history, we've had wars for a number of things. Just stupid things, too, whether controlling territory or because one person happened to insult your country or something, so let's take them to war. And obviously, there have been more understandable things, like some big person from your country or whatnot was murdered or whatnot, stuff like that, or various other things. Um, we've been to war for a lot of stupid things, and war has been throughout human history just without question, without any room for debate, wrong. War is wrong. It is bad. It is never acceptable. It is never okay. It is never excusable. No matter what the reason for a war happening, there is never a good reason for it. And there's never even a reason that makes it excusable or okay. Because no matter how you try to justify it, war is evil. War is an excuse to kill people that you disagree with, that disagree with you, or that have done bad things to you or your country or uh, culture, whatever, your alliance in some cases. Um, it's just an excuse to attack and kill people, which doesn't really solve anything. Like, in the long run, all it does is cause mass death, mass destruction, and in quite a few cases, has made things worse. So many innocents are killed through war. Not soldiers or anything. I'm not talking about soldiers or anything. I'm talking about when when America fucking dropped two atomic bombs on Japan because of war, because they attacked Pearl Harbor, because that is in any way a reasonable response, that is in any way proper response. Oh yeah, they attacked our military base, so let's drop two bombs on their country, murdering like hundreds of thousands, probably more. I don't know the actual death count, but a shit ton of innocent men, women, and children who had nothing to do with the attack. Hell, some may have even opposed the attack. But we're just going to drop two nuclear bombs on their country, just absolutely decimating them in a completely just incomprehensible way. There's nothing okay about that. Like, I'm I'm one of those people who will argue that yes, sometimes violence is necessary. That sometimes you do need to be a little more violent to get things across. Um, Especially when the more peaceful routes have not worked for years, decades, even longer. That's why I have shown support for things more recently. Not going to get into all of that right now, but I've shown support for things that have happened more recently because the peaceful protests have not been working for a long, long, long ass time. And I'm all for the proper use of violence in that situation. But war is beyond that. War is when two or more countries not only engage in violence against each other, but war involves, again, the murdering of innocents, the destruction, the mass destruction of property that has nothing to do with the actual conflict at hand. And it is blatantly just an excuse to kill people that you don't agree with or that disagree with you. And it's just a testament to the level of fucked up that humanity is and can be. There is nothing positive that comes out of war. You could try to like I've heard people try to justify it by saying, "Oh, it shows our power, it shows our place in the world and shit," which is one an extremely fucked up thing to say. Trying to put yourself above other people is extremely fucked up, and trying to say that by winning wars or shit that we are cementing our place in this world and that's a positive thing, that is super fucked up. That is super fucked up in every way. And I'm sorry, if you believe that, fuck you. If you believe that that's a good thing, I should say. And that's really the most of an excuse I've heard. Like, there's no real, like, because no one else can, like, justify war in any other way that I've heard that it makes even the slightest bit of sense. It doesn't help us, it doesn't help our economy, it doesn't help our people to go to war. It hurts it. It, it, it's not a positive in any way. Plus, it hurts relations between countries in a lot of ways. And in a world where we're already so fractured in such an unnecessary manner, that's not a good thing. That's a very bad thing. We we need to work on coming together. And obviously there's exceptions to that. Obviously we can't just be all lovey-dovey with our enemies who are actively enemies to us. I mean, that's not okay. You don't like actively get lovey-dovey and friendly with people who are trying to kill you and your country's people. Like you just don't do that. But I'm saying, like, in a world where we're so fractured, it's like going to war only worsens that. And it's like we would rather not worsen relations with this in the world. That's how we get wars in the first place. It's like a never ending cycle of horror. And like I said, it doesn't solve anything. Like, you go to war because some high ranking official from your country's killed, right? What's going to war? How is that going to solve anything? It's not going to bring that person back. It's not going to, like, it's not justified by the thought of you're avenging his death. That's not justified. All it is it's making the situation worse. And all you're doing is finding an excuse to kill someone. It doesn't solve the problem, it doesn't help with anything. War is useless and it's evil. It serves no positive purpose and everything it does is negative. Not only, again, from an economic or like person by person standpoint, but again, it's literally the justification for murder. That is what war is. It is a justified reason for murder. And it's not even the case of self-defense or even defense of country in the most cases. Because most of the time when wars start and everything, it's you're not like defending yourself or others. You're just attacking people for the sake of attacking them. And again, a lot of the time when you're so-called defending, it's so disproportionate. Like again, bringing back the entire atomic bomb thing with Japan. They attacked Pearl Harbor, a military base. So we're going to drop two atomic bombs on them. That's disproportionate. No, that doesn't make sense. If we attacked their military, a military base they had, that would make sense. That would be equal um, uh, payback. I don't. That's the wrong word for it. I feel, but it would be proportionate, right? But they attack a military base, so we drop two bombs on them. Where's the proportionate? How is that proportionate? How does that make any sense? They attacked a military base. They attacked soldiers. So we're gonna drop bombs on them that kill so fucking many innocent men, women, and children who had nothing to do with it. Destroy so much of their land, irradiate their land. That's so disproportionate. It's not funny. It is such a dumb fucking move, and is purely violence for the sake of violence. Because you can't use the excuse that it's self-defense because you're not defending at that point. That's not self-defense. That's not how that works. It's stupid. Anyone who tries to justify war is stupid. And we shouldn't even prepare for wars. I know that sounds like some people may say that sounds dumb. It's like, oh, what if we're attacked and we're not prepared and all? It's like, okay, then we act at that point. I'm not saying don't be prepared at all. I'm not saying like don't have a military or don't have weapons ready or plans ready. No, I'm saying like we shouldn't be putting all of our money, thousands, millions of dollars, billions of dollars into a military budget over things like, oh, you know how many homeless people we have in this country? Oh, but let's funnel billions of dollars into the military budget instead of helping the homeless people who we could. Let's be honest. America's the richest country in the world, right? We have enough money in this fucking country to end homelessness. Even though we're kind of over debt and everything, we have enough money to we could end homelessness with as much money as we have. Let's be honest. At least in this country, not like worldwide, but at least in this country we could end homelessness. We choose not to because of fucking capitalism for one, but also because we just keep funneling money into the military and shit. And we don't need to. We have no reason to keep funneling money into the military. It's not necessary. We could stop funding the military for a decade and it wouldn't hurt the military at all because they're that overfunded already. So it's like, it's ridiculous. War, all it does is hurt. All it does is bring pain. All it does is bad, evil. There is nothing positive about it. And there's no proper way to justify it. War is evil. And again, when I say there's no proper way to justify it, I means that means there's no reason ever to go to war. Ever. No matter what. It is by nature 100% wrong. And obviously I'm referring to like real life and stuff. Like if you like watching shows or movies or playing games that involve war and all, it's like it's fiction. You can indulge in that all you want as long as you acknowledge that it's fiction. Um, just understand the difference and everything. Understand that it is fake and that it's not meant to be representative of reality. But yeah, um, long story short, just war is wrong. It is bad. It is good for literally nothing. There is no positives that come from it at all. Yeah, it's evil, pure and simple. Um, so that's this week's Ramble Rouser, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.